What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Dakota. Today is Thursday, March 28th, 2024, and this is how we traded SPY today. Now, before we get started, if you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you will be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekend. Don't forget to leave us a comment. We always appreciate those. And share with your friends and neighbors. So let's get to the chart. So we had some days this week that were just kind of not the best days in the world. You know, Monday just kind of bounced around for a little bit. Tuesday did the same thing. Yesterday was a really, really good day. Now, in Power Hour on Monday, absolute beautiful moves. In Power Hour on Tuesday, really, really nice moves. And then we had a really, really fantastic move at the end of the day. Is today, kind of that same thing? I don't know. We never know. But remember this, folks, about 3 out of every 5 days, you get a really, really nice move in the last hour. Sometimes it's 40 minutes, sometimes it's 30 minutes. But generally speaking, there's a really, really nice move somewhere close to the last part of the day. So let's get into it. So what we're looking for right in here, folks, we're looking at pre-market high. 523.48, pre-market low, 522.41. So right out of the gun, I'm thinking, okay, what do we got? $1.07 from the bottom to the top. That's it. $1.07. So that's not very much to work with, folks. Now, if we could rely on that $1.07, so we go down to the bottom, touch the bottom, go back up to the top, touch the top, we could do amazingly well. But the market doesn't work like that, folks. It just does not work like that. We've got a couple of different zones in between. Every zone in here, with the exception of the levels that are labeled, they are all 30-minute or higher time frame zones. So up high, you can expect a supply zone up there. Down low, you can expect a demand zone. So generally, you sell off out of your supply zones and you buy it back up out of your demand zones. We have another line on here. We have this 5-minute intraday double bottom. So we're going to watch this line what do you got? 522.93. But other than that, every line, with the exception of one other, we got one other. But everything's 30-minute zones. So right out of the gate, folks, what did we do right out of the gate? Well, I didn't take anything. I didn't take the cross back to the upside. I was just waiting to get this breach back to the upside early. So how late into the day were we? We were at 10:01. So we had reports come out this morning, folks. We had a report come out at, 9:45, and 2 reports at 10 o'clock. Those reports came out. They came out pretty good. So I'm thinking, okay, we got that green candle. We pushed above this 523.48 back to the upside. Again, pre-market high. I thought we'd get a little bit more push than that. What did we get? We got 49 up to 72. So yeah, really, it's not a bad push. Not a bad push. I thought we'd be able to push it up a little bit higher. It did not push up higher. I took the L on that. And you know what? That's one of those things, folks. You take your wins, you take your losses, and the individual trades do not matter, okay? You do not judge yourself on your ability to win a single trade or lose a single trade, folks. It is a series of trades over time that makes the difference. So the series of trades over time will allow you to establish your probabilities. So that's why it is critically important that you, number one, have a trading plan. Number two, adhere to it. And then number three, you must track. You must know exactly where you're going to get in, where you're going to get out on every single trade. And then again, folks, track that. And over time, you're going to find your probabilities. We talked about this a little bit the other day, folks. There's an expected value. So every time you push the button, every time you get into a trade, there's absolutely an expected value. Essentially, that says, okay, the last 100 times I got into this trade, this is what it did. Now, you're going to have your winners in there, you're going to have your losers in there, but over 100 trades or 20 trades or whatever it is, the more trades you have, so the larger sample size you can use, the better you'll be able to measure your probabilities. But again, folks, it's not just that single trade. So chart your trades, track your trades, and then know what that probability is. You know what the expected value is every single time you put on a trade. So here we are again, folks. Took this trade to the upside, made a loser out of this. You know what I decided on this next trade? I said, okay, I'm going to get across to the upside. I'm going to breach the 20. It came back against my position. You know, it came back all right. So we're talking about 16 down to 4. Wow, 12 cents. It looks like a lot on the screen, folks, but I'm telling you, it's just because the candles look big. This was not any kind of big thing back to the downside. My stop was down here, so I had to stop down here at 523.01. So that 523.01 would have taken me out of the trade. I could have taken the trade in here, any of these spots in here, but I wanted to get over that 20 and use that 20. Fishtail play would have obviously been better, or taking it out of this major zone. So again, a 30-minute zone, those are your best plays, folks. Take it directly out of a 30-minute zone to the upside, or a 30-minute zone back to the downside. Again, those are going to be your best plays. But anyway, I took it in here a little bit late. I don't know, 10 cents, 12 cents, a little bit late into the play. I decided, you know what, let's see if we can run this thing up. We ran up. Tested the downside again, folks. This was, I think, a 40-minute hold, for a decent gain, not that much, because every time you get a pullback, it hurts your position, particularly when you are dealing with options, folks. If you're dealing with something else, if you're dealing with stocks or crypto, or even futures where you don't have the Greeks, then these little pullbacks, they don't hurt you. But again, when you're in options, the pullbacks hurt you a little bit more. But again, not a big deal. Followed the plan. I wanted this level up here. I think it was 64, 523.64. But again, I took this play back to I took this candle. It was a nice size candle relative to what we had seen already on the day. It punched out of that trade. And again, decent little trade. Our entire range today, folks, was about 92 cents until we got to the end of the day. 92 cents. Now, there were spots. There were very, very known spots of support and resistance on which you can take your plays and rely on these levels. So, for instance, you could have taken a bounce off this demand zone right in here and run it up. What do we got? We got 27 cents. That's not a whole lot of room. But at any rate, there is some room to make plays if you are itching to make plays. 27 really isn't that much in the big scheme of things. But, if that's all you got, if you're itching to make a trade, it's there. Plays to the upside, plays to the downside. A lot of choppy areas, folks. A lot of choppy areas. Kind of big chop zones in through here, folks. Not big candles, but not small candles. But you get into a position, it goes against you, and it's hard to kind of get back. When you're dealing with these small moves in here. I missed a short at this level a couple of different times, 523.48. And we talked about 523.48 all day long. Again, that's your pre-market high, folks, 523.48. So the next time we hit this level, I said, you know what, I'm going to take this short back to the downside. I want to take it at least to VWAP. I don't remember where my POC was at this point. But we breached this 523.15 to the downside, got a nice, decent little wick, and I jumped out of that trade. Decent little trade back to the downside, but consequently, I missed it back to the upside, caught it to the downside, missed it to the upside, and then look what happened, folks. We bounced around, missed the short out of this area again, because I really didn't trust it. We were kind of pushing up a little bit. Missed the short here. And I missed the beginning of this play right here. Again, we had this area right here, and then we had 64 up here. So 523.64. We had a heck of a time getting through that. Now, once we were able to get through that, folks, they threw a lot of volume behind this play right in here. Once we got past VWAP, the volume really, really started pouring in back to the upside. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take this trade if I get a close above that area. My close would have been down here, or my exposure was 64, so I got in at 84. So I had 20 cents worth of exposure, which that's not much. I could have even used this double bottom over here on the 1 as my level of exposure, but it was 64. Fortunately, I was able to catch that back to the upside. 5-minute intraday double top. We had not made this 5-minute intraday double top as of yet. We're making it right in here. But I did have a pivot point. This is a pivot point way up here, folks. This is a pivot point because we're dealing with all-time highs again, folks. When you're dealing with all-time highs, you need to have something. Maybe it's a futures line. Some people use the Qs. I use pivot points. So I've got the pivot points, and This was my target up here. We had a hard time getting through this level. So I went ahead and punched out a trade. It was a decent little trade to the upside. What did we catch? Probably the biggest trade of the day, 84 to 29. So we got, 40-cent play, 45-cent play. But again, that's a decent play. You can catch 40 and 50 and 60-cent moves all day long. You're going to do very, very well. My preference is obviously to catch bigger moves, but that's just the reality. We play what the chart is giving us, folks. We play what the chart is giving us. Now, once we got in here, we were super, super late in the day. I didn't put smiley faces on my chart, but I did catch this double cross to the downside and caught this nice candle, this nice little wick to the right in here. Again, that was a decent little play, but again, it's really, really late in the day, and these pullbacks really, really eat into what you're doing, folks. So, yeah, nice little play again. Now, we had a play right at the end of the day, folks, 1 minute before the end of the day, and I'm sitting here on, just looking at it and thinking, I'm done for the day. And I was done for the day. For the crazy people out there that said, hey, you know what? If you're trading SPY, you've got another 15 minutes, folks. You can trade. Well, on some brokers, you have another 15 minutes to close out your trade. So open a trade, close a trade. You might have to open before the market closes. I don't know, because I never play anything after hours. But anyway, that's how she played out today, folks. We had a lot of not good price action. There were some areas right down in here. You could take it to the downside, back to the upside, and really, really trust your major levels. Okay. You could trust those major levels. But that's how she did it today, folks. Overall, I would say it was a decent day. It wasn't a great day in the market. It certainly wasn't like yesterday. Yesterday was a wonderful day. The plays on Monday and Tuesday late in the day, those were really, really good trades, as was this. Had I caught the entire move here, or the majority of it, or jumped in anywhere here, it would have been a really, really nice play to the upside. But again, I missed it, folks, and that is okay. Just, again, kind of thinking, okay, it's going to go to 62. It's going to reverse. It's going to come back down. But anyway, that's how she played out today. If you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. Also, leave us a comment. That is also greatly appreciated. Share with your friends and neighbors. Share it far and wide, folks. We would certainly appreciate it. Now, if you are interested in live daily trading, so every single day, every day that the market is open from bell to bell, we do live daily trading at the best Discord in the world. Go check it out. It's called Trading Decoded. Live daily trading every single day. We talk about every single one of these trades, folks, every single one. We're looking at setups all day long. Hey, based on the principles or whatever, this looks like a good setup, or this looks like a good setup, or watch out for this area, or what have you. But, we teach people how to do this every single day. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, folks, live daily trading, head on over to our live trading Discord, Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. If you are interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to the website, 920trading.com. Again, that information is also linked below. Everything you need to know about that strategy, folks, is right there. But you can also get the added extra benefit if you want to learn to do this in real time. Again, head on over to the live trading Discord, Trading Decoded. Anyway, that's how it played out today, folks. It was a decent day in the market. Not a great day, but a decent day. Now, remember, folks, tomorrow is Good Friday. I hope everybody has a good Friday and a good Easter weekend. So consequently, the market is closed tomorrow. So there's no trading tomorrow unless you're trading. You might be able to trade futures or crypto if that's your thing. But there will be no update video tomorrow. Obviously, I might throw in some sort of a psychology video this weekend. We never know. We'll see how it kind of shakes out. But again, thank you for spending your most precious commodity, which is time. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We appreciate each one of you out there. So I hope everybody has a great Easter weekend. Eat a lot of ham and nachos. And, oh, by the way, don't forget about Gary in accounting. Gary in accounting is always good for a box of donuts. So have a great day, everybody. And we will see you in the markets.